What's up, YouTube? 802 Diesel Crew here. Today we're going to be finishing up the brake upgrade on the 1500 Cummins. So let's check it out. Let's get this tire off. Now, as you can see, this is the old setup. Nice and crusty. Let's get in there and take it apart. First project, you're going to need an assortment of sockets, a hammer, a ratchet. This has a 14 mil on it. Pair of needle nose. This is for my wheel locks, good impact, and a breaker bar. First step after taking the tire off is we're going to get in here and we're going to clamp off the brake line so it will reduce the amount of fluid that is lost. Next up, we're going to use my 14 millimeter to break this. This is what your fluid flows through into your caliper. I'm going to try to save these. It's got 2 brass washers on it. I'm going to try to save so I can reuse them. Alright, there's those brass washers I was talking about. Perfect. Now this is all old gear, so I'm going to be doing this a little bit different than some people might. I'm just going to be taking this off in one big shot. So what you do is you take off your caliper bracket bolts, and then you can just pull the whole thing off. Those are 13/16. Alright, now that I've got those 2 back bolts for the caliper bracket off, this whole unit should just flop right down. Just like that. So now everything else is freed up. This might be kind of seized on. So that's when your baby Thor hammer comes into play. Just break it free. That should come right off. Next step in here, I'm just going to clean the surface pretty good. These are my e-brake pads in here. I'm going to have to adjust these out a little bit. So we'll just let that sit and marinate. Now these are 2 different style discs. This is for 2001 and this is for a 2005. You can see that the bottom one is substantially thicker and about ½ an inch wider. This is why I'm doing this. This is going to be an upgrade for the 2001 1500 Cummins with an 8 lug. So these are 13 3/4, and these are 12 1/2. So you can see the size gain there. These are 1 inch wide, and I would have had imagined that these are 1 inch wide at one time too. I'm not going to do any measuring out because the 2 of these haven't really changed that much. The only thing that's going to be really different is the size of this bracket. So this is going to make room for that extra inch of disc compared to this one. At this point in time, I've got the caliper bracket tightened, and I haven't cleaned the grease off this because I was putting it on with my greasy hands anyways. So at that point, I like to clean it, clean all the pack and grease off it. Make sure you hit up both sides. And now we'll get that caliper on. Next up is to put some brake grease where your pads are going to ride. This stuff right here. Put your pads on. Take a new caliper. make sure that the petcock is up. You could also read the numbers on it or ask when you buy this stuff. Should slide right into place. Usually I like to get my top bolt in first, so I know I'm lined up. Get my bottom one in. Should look something like that. All nice and new. I'll tighten down these two last bolts, and then we'll go from there. Now I had hand started these, so I'm not stripping anything out. Just like that. We'll take this off. Disconnect this. Take out one washer. Put it on one side, take out the other washer. Finish getting this all hooked up. Then bingo bango. That's what we look like with our new setup. All nice and fresh. Alright, so here's the final product. Got all my new brake lines bent up there. And down through there. Now again, these are 2005 brakes on my 2001. Simply a bigger rotor, a bigger bracket for your caliper, and about the same kind of caliper, but I believe it has a little bit more flow because the banjo fitting is a lot bigger. Let's take a look at the opposite side. And here's a look from the opposite side here, all brandy new, looking good. Alright, so with that said, last step is to bleed your brakes. You're going to want to start in the far passenger side corner. So right rear, right front, left front. Bleed them out in that order. It'll be minty fresh. I still got a lot of things I got to do to tidy up, but that's it for us. Here are all my dirty tools that I'm going to be cleaning up. Have no fear. Got all the tools all nice and clean back up. Ready for action tomorrow. always, thank you for viewing. If you like this video, subscribe, like, comment, share. 802 Diesel Crew signing out. Catch you guys later. Eddie out.